Hi everyone, this is a short practice to help us transition from a busy day into the home, or simply when we want to reset and readjust our state of being into a more peaceful one. So we'll be doing our half shoulder stand bridge, moving into a spinal twist and ending with a supported fish pose. So a couple of cushions like that would be useful, and also a bolster would be great. But you can also use another cushion or maybe a rolled up blanket if you don't have a bolster at home. All right, so we'll start by bringing a bit of release into the spine and getting into our breath. We'll start with the knees bent like so and interlace the hands in behind the body. This is what I call a seated cat. So we'll release the spine behind and feel that nice pull through the shoulder blades, maybe gently behind the neck as the chin falls to the chest. And then a nice deep breath in as we rock the hips forward. Feel it initiate at the tail and lift all the way gently into the crown, keeping some space in the neck as you arch. And exhale as you release back behind. With a full exhale as you pull the belly in. Feel the diaphragm squeeze up under the lungs. Inhale. Feel the breath lifting you. Use the arms to assist. Just feel it as a comfortable movement. Exhale as you release back. Continue flowing so that you create your own rhythm. Inhale, lifting you. Exhale, releasing you back. Gentle squeeze in the back body and the spine, opening in the chest. And a nice stretch through the back body. Use it as a way to gradually get into a nice fluid and fuller breath. Feeling the breath rise from the belly to the chest, filling, and feeling the breath release from the chest down to the belly, emptying. Take your time for the last few rounds, fullness of breath, fullness of movement, flowing together. On this next exhalation back, we'll pause and we'll just simply contract the belly in, release the arms and roll our spine down into the mat. And we're coming now into Kundurasana, or the bridge pose. So we'll set the feet in underneath the knees with them bent. Ground down through the feet and have them parallel with the arms alongside. We'll start with a few pelvic tilts to release through the lower back and spine. So we'll start on an inhalation to tilt the pelvis so the navel rises a little, the lower back arches slightly from the floor, and we'll use the exhalation to tuck the pelvis, press down through the lower back and feel the pubic bone lift. So inhale, tilting through the pelvis, and we'll exhale as we tuck through the pelvis. Inhale, tilt. Feel that little space created in the lower back. Exhale as you tuck, feeling the lower back flatten and press to the floor. Continue moving a few more times like this. Nice way to give some attention to the lower back as well, especially if you've been sitting all day. With that compressing nature of our sitting position, nice way to release it. And now we'll come up into Kundurasana. On the next exhale, as you tuck the pelvis, pause here, ground into the heels, feel the thighs engage as you inhale and peel the spine slowly from the floor till you feel the weight come up and rest between the shoulder blades, hips in line with knees and shoulders, not a full arch yet. And the exhale releases the spine one vertebra at a time, rolling slowly back into the mat until you're resting down towards the tailbone. Again, tuck on inhalation, ground the heels, feel the thighs strong lifting you. Feel the glutes slightly engage as you open the front body. Exhale as you release, the spine slowly lowering, articulating each vertebra back into the floor. Continue flowing. Use your own rhythm now with your breath, inhaling to lift you like you're lifting the spine as a string of pearls from a table. Exhale to lower yourself, like releasing that string of pearls back down, one at a time. Continue flowing. You're welcome to bring the Ujjayi breath in here, a really nice way to encourage that restful mode and response from our nervous system, and come more into the feel of what we're doing. If you feel any pressure in the knees, maybe just move the feet a little further forward or a little bit wider. And you're welcome now to lift up a little higher in your bridge, but really go with what the body's indicating is best. You're welcome to push a little higher as you open the chest closer towards the chin. Same exhale, releasing you down. Mindful movement with full inhale coming up. Gently press with the arms to increase the opening in the front of chest. Exhale, mindful movement with breath coming down. 2 more like this. And this time we'll come to hold, just for a few breaths, pausing here. Again, to keep the heels grounded down so that you feel the legs engaged as your strength. Tail tucked, glutes slightly engaged as well. Face and belly soft. Clasp the hands if you wish and draw the upper arms under, squeezing the shoulder blades in and bringing more opening across the front of the chest and shoulders. And go for 3 full deep breaths here. With your next exhalation, pause. Keep the legs strong as you release the arms. Slide them out and bring them overhead. Take a deep breath in, lift the hips a little higher as you press off the heels, and exhale with the arms stretching up. Release the tail in the opposite direction to the fingertips, lengthening back down. Pause for a moment, separate the feet a little more, tent the knees in, and loosely fold the arms above the head. If it's too strong on the shoulders, bring them back to the sides, and here rest for a few moments. And let's take a moment to notice any shifts, any changes. The breath is now released to its normal and spontaneous rhythm. We'll continue now with a spinal twist. So we'll take the arms out wide and we'll draw the knees into the chest. We'll do a few movements from side to side with a bit of strength and engagement, and then we'll move into a softening twist, holding to find some release. So we'll take a breath in. If you like, you squeeze the thighs in and up towards the body. And exhale as you take the knees to one side. Keep them from touching the floor so they're hovering, and turn the head softly to the other side. Full twist through the spine. Breathing in as you draw back to center. Out to the other side, anchor through the shoulders, stabilize with the arms to support you here. Inhale to center. Exhale and over. Inhale to center. Exhale and over. Keeping the body compact. So there's a nice squeeze through the belly and stretch through the back and the spine. Inhale to center. This time we'll go over to hold, so just let your legs come all the way to the ground. If it doesn't feel comfortable, too much pull through the spinal back, then use a cushion between the floor and the thighs and just rest there. The free hand can come to bind at the knee, creating a bit more pull, or just resting there. The head again can turn towards the left, comfortable on our neck. And just take a few breaths here. To help connect with a deeper breath, you can bring the arm where in the direction you're facing, and that bring the hand just to the lower rib area so that you're encouraging the breath into the lower lungs in the diaphragm space. And the deeper breaths into the lower lungs again just help us reset into a more peaceful response through our nervous system. You can also encourage this by lingering in your exhalations, allowing them to lengthen. Feel the filling and the expansion on inhale. Feel the softening and releasing on exhale. Whole body unraveling in your twist. We'll prepare to move to the other side now, so release the arm wide again, both arms extended long. Bring the top knee up and then bring the other knee to join it. Easeful way out. Take a breath in. Exhale, slowly rotate the knees to the other side, again resting to the mat. And if it's too strong of a pull, then bring a cushion between the thigh and the floor. Let the head turn softly to the other side. Top hand can bind if it feels good for an additional pull. Even welcome to take hold of the hip here. Sometimes that's a nice feel as well, to feel that nice lateral stretch. To encourage the breath deep, again you can place the hand, the shoulder and arm relaxed, rested against the lower ribs, and encourage the breath into that space. And as you let the tensions release more and more in every exhalation, maybe you find a bit more space to increase the breath on the inhalation. Use the next couple of breaths to let go even more than you think you can. And we'll find our way back to center again, first extending the arms wide, bringing one knee then the other knee to follow into the center. Wrap the arms around the legs, pause for a few moments, hugging the legs in, either holding the elbows or just interlacing the fingers, and give the knees rock side to side. We'll now come into our supported fish pose. So you can rock and roll up to a seat, nice way to massage the spine, or just find your way up to a seat comfortably. And get one cushion for either side for your thighs. And if it's available, a bolster is excellent. However, you can also use a rounded cushion. So if you have a bolster, just pop it in behind you, a nice length. And we just want to rest part of our spine on the cushion that really suits the feel in the lower back. So we're going to come into a butterfly, just resting. Start with the lower ribs and see how that feels. You want to make sure that the sensation in the lower back is feeling really nice, like you could stay there forever. If it's feeling too strong, maybe you've got the bolster a little too far down, so sometimes you can do it that way. If it feels too strong, you can just lift for less sensation in the lower back, scoot it behind a little, even a little more if that's what feels best. So you're still encouraging the opening in the chest, but you're keeping comfort in the lower back. And you can also increase the height just by folding the cushions if that's what you need for the hips and pelvis. Again, so you feel like you could stay here for some time. And now we soften. So you can bring the hands again to the lower ribs if you want to feel that sensation of touch to help bring the awareness and the breath into this space. If it feels like it's more suitable to have the arms wide, do that. Make sure the shoulders can stay soft. If you want to feel more expansion, you might even like to explore taking the arms out a little wider or above the head. And here we'll pause for about 10 to 12 breaths. And we'll go for a nice yogic breath, an active yogic breath or conscious yogic breath. So as you inhale, feel as though you expand the breath into the abdominal space, and then feel it rise as if it's lifting to meet you towards the throat. Pause briefly and then release the whole breath out, feeling the throat, chest soften, and then lightly pull in through the belly, helping to exit all the air, creating space for the next intake. Just a full breath from the belly, waving up towards the throat, in, and a full release of breath, softening from the throat down to the belly, out. Continue flowing the breath like this. There's no need to try too hard or bring in any struggle. It's all about creating ease. And as we relax and release the tensions, we'll probably find there's more space for the breath to increase. Soften on every exhale, the pelvis, the hips, the spine, even jiggle a little bit if you want to melt into your pose a little more, reset. Let those shoulders just drape off the sides of the bolster, bringing some opening into the front of the chest space. Nice way to counterbalance our normal position in life. And now we'll do a few active movements to finish our practice. We'll bring the palms together at the chest. On inhalation, guide the hands overhead as if you're skimming the floor with the fingertips. On exhale, extending wide. Bring the palms to touch over the hips and then fold the hands back to the chest. 3 more like this. Nice reach, circling wide like doing breaststroke. Bringing a bit of release through the shoulders as well. And 1 more full conscious round. To come out of your position, just bring the hands to the knees, guide them back towards the midline. You can just pop your cushions off to the side. And then gently roll to one side as you come off your bolster and peel yourself up to a seat. And at this point, you might feel you just need to settle for a few moments. Make sure you come back to the feel of the whole body and then move into the rest of your day or evening. Hari Om Tat Sat.